Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome back. You're tuned to ITV and Say Global Productions, Quick and Easy Cooking. And today we're cooking up a storm because it's Parvez's favorite, because he's asked me to cook the spleen of an animal. Yes, it's post-Qurbani and we've cut an animal organically that's been fed, and all the innards that we've told you in a previous program are full of folic acid, vitamins, the richest form of vitamin A, vitamin B, and a host of others, the highest form of protein. So why would you want to discard with it? Learn how to cook it and feed it to your family. And this is our spleen here. It's really taking on a flying effect. I just wanted to get a bit more done, but I'm going to show you a little trick, Parvez. If you want a bit more masala in it, it's getting done very quickly. Is not to waste any bit of it. So I'm going to add some water to it, to the masala, not waste the masala. Add it to this, so it gets nice and cooked. Lower the heat a bit. Same with the kidneys. This will take a bit more longer than the spleen. Can you see it's already lost its original size, right? So it's going to be, I'm going to leave this on quite high so that the water can get, and you have this with roti. So I have the roti in the oven, which I'm going to show you in a minute. So having done that, as you speak, I was telling you about the vitamin A, the vitamin C, the vitamin B. The richest form of vitamin B is found in the innards, especially if it's organically grown. And I'm sure many of you had used the opportunity before you sacrificed to become acquainted with your animal, to feed it, to stroke it, to pet it, because that's the feeling you must feel, as if you are parting with something that's very valuable to you. Then it becomes a sacrifice, and all this for the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, and it is also time of food scarcity. We've had a tumultuous few weeks. I don't need to tell you about it, and our sympathy goes out to all those, and our condolences who lost property, who lost lives, who lost all their belongings. This is totally uncalled for. Yes, we understand something must have been brewing, but the people who've suffered also so much was not the people who should be suffering post, the violence. And there's a lot of stories, but at the end of the day, human life is valuable. In the last sermon of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he said, just as you value this day, this month, so are the lives and the properties of Muslims. So that's very important. Always keep that in mind when you wish to take revenge on anything, no matter how angry you are. Do not destroy the lives and property of others. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam strongly warned against it. Having said that, this is how your spleen looks right now. I'm going to switch it off. Show you the final product in a moment. I think the masala is getting to Parvez. So leave that in there. A little bit more water so that you have some gravy with your roti. And Mom always says it's not what you do, it's how you do. So I'm cleaning as I'm going. So spluttering all over. Okay, and now the kidneys. You notice how you know they almost cooked is because the size shrinks. Can you see that? The size shrinks. We just want it to burn a bit more, the way the spleen has, and then we'll serve it in a moment. In the oven I have the roti. Hope it got somewhat warm. I didn't put the oven on. Just to cut this here. Okay, let's break it. The old people used to say, don't cut the roti, use your hands. So, really old-fashioned style. This is homemade roti and done by my husband's cousin-in-law. So, Babisab, Jazakallah. We're going to be serving your rotis, alhamdulillah, for a very special dish for very special people. Alhamdulillah. So, Parvez, I'm going to try and serve your spleen now. Give it a bit more fry. A little bit more for fry. And they say that the spleen in the body of a child is crucially important. I'm reminded of our neighbor met up in an accident and the child passed away because he had hurt his spleen. He was fine. And then they realized a few days later he had damaged his spleen and the child passed on. Yeah, so, but I was just reading up before the program, Parvez. It says, if a person's heart is weak, then give them the heart of the animal. If the person's brain is weak, then give them the brain of the animal. If you know, so likewise, if the liver is weak, and so many people have an overloaded liver. You know what it means? You don't drink enough water. You do not have enough fruit and vegetables. And everything just settles on the liver. It's sort of just absorbing all the muck that we put in. Sometimes we just eat to fulfill our desires, and we don't eat to cleanse our bodies. And this is one way in which you cleanse your body, eating the innards of organic meat, which you slaughtered with love and sacrifice, in the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in the tradition of Hazrat Ibrahim alayhi salam, loved by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. I did show you in a previous program how to do the shoulder, but this is now, we're going to be taking out just the spleen, serving the spleen in a moment. But anyways, you got some masala as well. So, and it did get quite burnt during the process. I'm just going to now remove it from the stove. There we go. I hope it's to your satisfaction, Parvez. In the previous program, we showed you how to make the brain. I hope you tried it, and I hope you have enough of that. It's a delicacy, and so is this. Just going to put a little bit of garnishing on it, just a little bit. You don't want to spoil the flavor of this special dish. Put this one side. And now on with the next one. Oh, just in time to serve Parvez. And this you need to eat fresh as soon as you remove it from the stove. Make sure you have your roti ready. Can you see, Parvez? It's done. How cute do they look? And you've got quite a lot of masala here. Can you see? Okay, there we go. Put this one side. You have your roti with it. I'm just going to put some garnishing. Perhaps you want to have it with a chili, and you want to serve it with some sauce. It's up to you. And you have your sauces ready. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. And know some of the families out in Newcastle, etc. say, but we don't do it like that. We've got a different recipe. So as I said in the previous program, do what's best for your family. And in my situation, they love the gravy, they love a bit of ghee, etc. I know in India, Parvez is saying they just put it straight with the tongs, they take it straight and put it in the fire and eat it like that. But I think in the way that we do it like this, it's a fulfilling way of eating it. It's in the form of a curry, but not with the onions. It's purely with the masalas that are there and the other ingredients like lemon juice and vinegar, etc. that gives it the added gravy and the flavor as well. So let's hope you're going to enjoy it. Remember the benefits of it. Now some of you will say, we don't like this, we don't eat it. Try it. You'll never know until you didn't try it. I was one of them that you say, why do I have to eat this? And traditionally, I must say to Parvez, I don't know if you know it in the South African context, if you were getting married, they slaughter those animals. And 2 days, your Mendi night, they would make a pot of all those innards. And they would insist that the bride must have it. And there was a reason for it. I'm not going to spell it out, but you can imagine what the reason is. And they insist that she'd have every part of what they've taken out, whether it was the liver, the pepsa, what you call it, the spleen, the heart, etc. And she has to have it on that night. And alhamdulillah, there's a reason for that, as I said. And it was healthy. And you've had the energy because you're going to a strange home. In our days, we went to a strange home. You didn't know your family. You didn't know your husband that well. First time you saw him was the day, or first time he touched you was on the day of your wedding or your nikah. And it was a different life. But here we're standing 40 years on, we're still married. Alhamdulillah. I'm not saying it's because of the food, but just joining some tradition with it and some household tips. Here we are ready to eat, and Parvez can't wait. So let's conclude with the program and say to you, we hope that you enjoy doing it as much as I enjoyed doing it, and I hope you enjoy eating it as much as Parvez is going to enjoy eating it, inshallah. Till we meet again, from myself, Sister Shamshad, a very warm Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.